Hey guys, and I'm back with another video. So today's video, I just want to say justice for Quawan Bobby Charles. Quawan Bobby Charles was a 15-year-old boy that went missing on October the 30th by his friend and the friend mom, the Irvins, Janet Irvin and Gavin Irvin, without his parents' permission. This woman sat right there and took this little boy out of his home without his mom or dad's permission. I feel like she needs to be held accountable, both of them, her and the son. You know, you don't sit right there and take somebody's child and didn't get permission from none of the family members. It was a surveillance video showing that before they left, Quawan and Gavin was playing with Quawan's dog. His name is My Baby, the little dog. His name is My Baby or however. And Quawan was living with his dad. But when he went missing, his dad was at the store. The dad knew that something was wrong because he seen Quawan's dog, My Baby, still there, like unattended to or however. He must was just, running around in the backyard or however the case may be, or just, on a porch or how the dog was probably on a porch or however, and Quawan was nowhere to be found. He wasn't supposed to leave the house, and he didn't get permission to leave the house. And the mother, Janet Irvin, she had no right, the friend's mother, she had no right to sit right there and come and pick him up. And the police has spoke to Gavin and Janet, and what they're saying is, they didn't see the little boy anymore. He said he was leaving, and then they just let him leave. First and foremost, you had no right to pick, him up without his parents' permission, but at least you could have dropped him back home where he belonged. You don't sit right there and let him walk out the house. Walk out your house or whatever. And when you was the one responsible for him, you took him without his parents knowing, but you sat right there and let him walk out the house, and then he end up dead in a sugarcane, field with knots and incisions on his face. That shit just don't add up to me, And I feel like you need to be accountable. You and your son, y'all both need to be accountable for this little boy's demise. I don't care what nobody say. It's not right. Yeah, they said they did an autopsy and it came back that he drowned. But like they said, like the attorney said, how did he drown when he's 5'6" and the water was like only 2 feet? It's like knee high. That means somebody beat him up. Somebody probably beat him to his death. Like, beat him up bad and then just threw him, in the water and made it seem like he drowned. But somebody beat him to his death. The way his face was all mangled and pulverized, like his teeth was outside of his mouth. His lips was all smushed in and twisted up. His face was just, just mangled to, like, beat to a pulp. Somebody beat him to his death. And it's just sad that somebody would do that to this little boy, He's only 15 years old, and then trying to lie and make it seem like he just drowned. First and foremost, you need to be accountable because you took him without his parents' permission. So I don't know why y'all even walking around freely. Y'all should be in jail. Now, I feel like the sheriff's department failed this little boy. They failed him. They should have sat right there and hopped on the case the minute the parents reported the little boy missing, reported Quawan missing. They were supposed to hop on the case. They waited 3 days later to ping his cell phone to a cell phone tower to find out where he was located at. They could have been did this a long time ago. They could have been did this the same day that his parents reported him missing. But no, they sat on his case for 3 days. That was 3 days too long. There could have been 3 days looking for him. But no, they waited and they didn't do anything about it. Now, if he was a white little boy, now if he was of a Caucasian descent, then they would have did something about it. That's what I believe. But since he's a black little boy, it's like nobody didn't care about him. They failed him, and then they didn't really give no information for 13 days. They didn't give the cause of death. They didn't give the family no answers for 13 days, guys. And now when the autopsy came back, it came back as of drowning. So the family raised money, you know, on a GoFundMe. They just wanted to raise $15,000 to do an independent, you know, autopsy. And the autopsy came back as of drowning again. But I'm like, it's more than that. Why is his face pulverized like that? Why is his face mangled up like that? Somebody beat him to his death, and somebody need to be responsible for it. So, you know, I just feel like the police, the sheriff department, they failed them. But now they is saying that it's considered a homicide now. You know, at first they just said it was like a drowning or however, but now it's considered a homicide. But they have not made no arrest or anything like that. But I just want justice for Quawan, you know. That's what I want. Justice need to be served. And I just want to say rest in peace to this young king. Like, he didn't ask to be in this world. I don't know why people will sit right there and take his life like that. He's only a, you know, only a 15-year-old teenager. He should just, you know, he should be alive right now playing video games or playing football or basketball or, you know, any type of sports he want to play, or playing with his video games right now, getting ready, you know, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, the holidays coming up. Like, why would somebody sit right there and take this little boy life? Now, there's more to the story than that. And that I don't believe there was just no drowning. Somebody beat him to his death and then try to throw him in the water like he wasn't nothing. And they need to be accountable. They need to be responsible for his death. They sat right there and took him without his parents' permission. They, you know, they need to be held accountable for his death. If you sat right there and let the little boy leave, but you went over there to pick him up, you were supposed to drop him off and make sure he got home. But that's all I want to say, guys. Rest in peace to Quawan, Bobby Charles. And I hope justice will be served for you. Rest in peace once again to Quawan, Bobby Charles. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Get this video a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.